Welcome back. The world turns its attention to Qatar starting Sunday morning as the World Cup kicks off across the globe.
But a lot of the attention so far has been about the issues off the pitch and the human rights violations in the Arab nation. We want to put this all into perspective. I know we've been fielding through so many articles. There's so much information out there. I want to bring in 9 News sports reporter Arielle Orsuto. Can you kind of bring us back to the beginning? How did we even get here?
Yeah, I think that's a really great question because that could pretty much just be summed up in one word, and that's corruption. Back in 2010, when FIFA and CONCACAF met to select the World Cup sites, FIFA and executives were bribed $5 million to vote for both Russia and Qatar. Russia was awarded the 2018 World Cup, and Qatar obviously awarded this year. Now, FIFA President Sepp Blatter said at the time, awarding the World Cup to Qatar would do a lot of good to that part of the world, but it should have been pretty obvious to people if they were paying attention that, the heat is too high for a summer tournament. The infrastructure was minimal at best. There's a terrible track record of human violations. So, at that point, it should have been pretty obvious to people that, there was something wrong going on.
Well, it was found that migrant workers there, being abused to create the structure for this tournament, and people are paying attention to that. This isn't going just under the radar.
Yeah, absolutely. They were finding that the workers they were living in squalor. Their passports have been taken. They're forced to live in unbearable heat. Their payments inconsistent. The minimum wage was just introduced last year, and that minimum wage is oppressively low. It's $275 for basic wages. The $82 for food. It's just really terrible for those migrant workers, and they're just there trying to build the infrastructure that was not even there for a soccer stadium.
There's also a lot of conversations around the treatment of people that are LGBTQ in this country, and that's making a lot of waves as well.
Absolutely. It's illegal to be an LGBTQ person in Qatar. And so that's number one. So first of all, you can be arrested for that. You can be prosecuted for that. It's also one of the nations where you can be arrested and killed for being LGBTQ in these nations. So it was found that 6 alleged cases of severe beatings and 5 alleged cases of sexual harassment between 2019 and this past September. That was from the Human Rights Watch. So that's just one thing. It's really despicable. But then this is from the Qatar's government communications office. They told NBC News that fans will be free to express themselves during the World Cup, will be asked to respect the local culture and values. Now, guys, when I hear that, the local culture and values, it's illegal to be gay in Qatar, to be any LGBTQ, but also the local culture and values, you're not allowed to hold hands as a heterosexual couple. You're not allowed to kiss as a heterosexual couple in that area. So they're kind of trying to say that, just try to adhere to our local culture and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and soccer fans are so diverse, so that's just hard to wrap your mind around.
Is.
And we've seen, you showed in that video, the hashtag boycott this World Cup, and that's going around. But I'm curious to how the athletes are starting to, make their voices known as well.
They are. So even just right here with Team USA, they changed all of their logos to their rainbow crest, which we've seen a lot of times for Team USA. They changed that for their training facility. They changed that for their media staging area. We've also seen 8 of Europe's soccer teams. They are using something called One Love on they're going to wear that as a wristband, or as an armband, excuse me. It's going to be a rainbow heart as a One Love thing. We also saw the Socceroos. They're the Australian team. They came out and they're asking for Qatar to decriminalize same-sex relations. So we are seeing a lot of athletes coming out and trying to make their own stand.
There is pressure from the sports world, not just the athletes themselves, but fans, just to say, you may be hosting this party, right? We get it. It's a big fun event. But that doesn't mean that it's not 2022 and that people aren't going to act like it's 2022 regardless of where something is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And, people also, you're saying that the athletes, the sports world, there's also the fans. People have a right to decide if they're going to watch this or not, if they are wanting to travel, but also right here back at home on the homeland, if you have a choice if you're going to watch this, if you're going to give your viewership to something like the World Cup. And honestly, if we're being really honest here, if the U.S. did not qualify for the World Cup like they usually do not, we might not be having this conversation right here, guys.
That's a good point. I feel like we haven't had this conversation this week, so I appreciate you for being there, for opening our minds. We've had conversations about it before this show. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Truly.
Thank you.